Om Sadashiva-Samarambham Shankaracharya-Madhyamam Asmadacharya-Paryantam Vande Guru-Paramparam. Yes, Nita Ben, what is your question?
No, Swamiji, Ashariratvam can be called a moksha?
Yeah, I'll elaborate that. Still a little bit of it has to be elaborated. I will do that in today's morning class before.
And that Ashariratvam would include naturally all the three sharira?
Yeah, all the three. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Kavita, your question.
Yes, Swamiji, we say Ishvara is all knowledge and Chaitanyam is Nirgunam. So, when we talk about ignorance and ignorance is Anadi, then can we say that ignorance is Maya? Because with Maya came actually ignorance. Because
so when you're saying ignorance, you're talking from the individual standpoint. When you're talking Maya, you're talking from the total standpoint. That's the only difference. There's no real difference.
Because only with Maya came ignorance. Because otherwise, where is the ignorance?
Your ignorance is a part of Maya.
But we, at the same time, we say ignorance is Anadi. So Anadi in the
Maya
sense that
Anadi,
Maya is Anadi.
Yeah,
so in that
Anadi
sense,
means Maya is Anadi. There's no difference. Just standpoint difference.
And it's cyclical, no? Like
what is cyclical?
Because cyclical is the manifestation.
The manifestation.
So the manifestation is
yes.
cyclical.
Manifestation is cyclical. Yes. Yeah.
So that ignorance will also be cyclical in a way, because as long as there will be jivas.
Maya Shakti is not cyclical.
No, Maya Shakti is always there with Brahman. Is always there with Brahman.
Yeah. So Avyaktam or Vyaktam, that's the only difference as far as Maya is concerned. So with Brahman you can't say Avyaktam, Vyaktam.
No, correct. Correct.
Maya Shakti, with respect to Maya you should say Avyaktam or Vyaktam. So even when you say Brahman is Vyaktam or Avyaktam, you are talking again from the standpoint of association with Maya.
Maya.
Mithya association again. Yeah, somebody else wanted something. Prashant?
So then when in deep sleep, for example, then do we say that avidya is avyaktam at that stage, or?
Yeah, in pralaya time, avidya per se is avyakta because it is not pramana siddham, it's only anubhava siddham. No? And you see what avidya causes, you don't see avidya per se. But it becomes the object of your vritti, avidya vritti. Therefore, kinchit bhavam asti, etc. Bhava rupam, abhava rupam, those arguments will come in then.
Can you, Swamiji, explain more on avyaktam and vyaktam?
Okay, avyaktam vyaktamappanna iti manyate. Remember Gita? That with respect to the creation is based on the consciousness but through Maya Shakti. So that Maya Shakti, when you manifest, right now it's manifest condition, no? Vyaktam. What happens at Pralaya? Avyaktam, unmanifest condition. Same thing happens to you. Your personality is Vyaktam, waking state, dream state. Deep sleep, Avyaktam. Certain things will not be manifest even in Vyaktam state for you as an individual. That's what you call your unconscious. It will become Vyaktam in time. The karma that has to fructify later. You don't know anything about it now. It will become Vyaktam later only.
Also, I wanted to ask a question when, I'm Avastha-traya Sakshi with respect to three states of experiences.
Avastha-traya Sakshi, yes.
But where do we put Samadhi then? Or it's like kind of over...
Samadhi will... Even Andha Samadhi, we will put it along with deep sleep.
And if it's...
Jnana Samadhi is
Jnana Samadhi, and which way is Jnana?
It's as a Samadhi as an experience. It will be put under...
Because it is not considered as a separate...
it's not taken as a separate state in
Vedanta.
It's not taken as a separate state. That's why Turiyam is Atma Swarupam. It's not a state. Which is a big difference with Sankhya, Yoga, etc. where they take it as a separate state. So that is to be kept in mind. Okay, so back into the text. Okay, we had seen the last part of it. What is ashariritva? Okay. Ashariritvam again is not dropping the body. Okay, because he says in that bhashya, if you say tasya swabhavikatvat ashariram, ashariram sharireshu anavasteshu avasthitam. That's what we had seen to end. We had seen this last time.
Yeah.
Okay, that sharireshu ashariratvam. When it is manifest in the three shariras, it is free from the shariras. That is mokshakya. Okay. Why is he quoting that here? Because if it is ashariritvam, moksha cannot be karma phalam or upasana phalam.
उसका लिखा तूने स्टॉप वीडियो दबाया
Then they unmute and then they ashariratvam is when you are having this body itself. Ashariratvam is Atma Swarupa. It is again not something you are getting into. What is the Swarupa of the Atma? To be free from the Sharira when it is manifest in the Sharira. So then it cannot be Karma Phalam, it has to be only Jnana Phalam. You have to recognize it. Cannot be Upasana Phalam. Because all Karma Phalam, Manasam, Kayikam Va, will have to be connected with Sharira. Types of Shariras will change, that's a different thing. But Sharira has to be there for enjoying any Phalam. Okay. That's why he says, then Mahantam Vibhum Atmanam Matva Dhira Na Shochati. Jnatva Dhira Na Sochati, that's the thing. Aprano Yamana Shupraha, without prana, without manaha, etc. In case you take Shariratvam only physical, therefore this he has quoted this Aprano hi amanaha shupra ityadi shrutabiha. And then the conclusion we saw was etat eva anushtheya karma phala vilakshana. Other than anushtheya karma, any anushtanam that you are doing, kayikam manasam va, physical, which will be from puja part to homas to energy work to yoga to tapas, etc. All of them kayikam or manasam upasanas, etc. Tasya phalam vilakshana. Okay. Ashiriritvam nityamiti siddham. That ashiriritvam is nityam, not time bound. Okay, that ashariratvam is nityam, not time bound.
So which page are you reading?
113.
113, okay.
I don't know.
So there is where the whole thing comes about. Ashari, because this argument is important. Because any karma phala, iha mutra, up to Brahma Loka, is always enjoyed through a sharira. Your mind has to be there and the equivalent of a physical body has to be there. Now it may be a very subtle physical body in other dimensions because the dimensions themselves are subtle. But you need a counter for experiencing. Maybe you'll experience only through the mind. That's also fine. But then the mind plays a role of antakarna plus counter. Brahmaloka. That's fine. But that much has to be there. Subtle body at least has to be there. Because karma phalam. Upasana phalam or kayikam karma phalam.
So, Swamiji, in these lokas, karma is not there, but free will is there or free will is not there?
Free will is there out to this much. Not enough to give you karma and karma phala.
Because once when a person goes to Brahmaloka, he has the free will to take Krama Mukti or not. That much.
He has to sit in Brahmaji's class and understand there also.
Yeah. But
There also it's subject to understanding.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So,
he can make the choice, she says.
Huh?
He has to, there also to make the choice.
There also you have to make the choice to sit in
so
the class.
that
na?
free, so that
Supposing-
much free will is there.
See, from now to the end of the Kalpa, 20,000 years are there. He's gone now to Brahmaloka, let us see. Now 20,000 years, what is he doing there? क्या करेगा Brahmaloka? Great place, have a great time. Everything's on the house. Now 20,000 years if you are lived like that, does that not change some of the samskaras in your mind? Look at it. Mind is a creature of samskaras. Now you can do other things. There are other almost jnanis there also like you. Good students of Vedanta are there. You could spend the time discussing and understanding and
20,000 years.
breaking each other's head on this. You could do that also. So if that is there and enjoyments are going side by side, because how much will you discuss in a day? 8 hours? Study, discuss. So I'm sure there are libraries also there.
8 hours?
I mean, like an ashram set up. उससे ज़्यादा क्या करेगा? 8 hours will go and sleep and things like that. Though I don't think there you require so much of sleep.
Because you don't have activity, why would you need that?
Yeah. So what about the remaining time? No work. There is no work. Karma phala is not there. So remaining time will go in enjoyments only, no? Remaining time will go in enjoyment only. So the enjoyment samskaras will be strong in the mind. And the Vedanta samskaras also. Now what will happen to some people who will say, yaar, na discuss kiya. Clarity is not there, we will wait for Brahmaji to teach. Correct? After 1,000 years at least that time of thinking will come up. No? I mean, look at the scenario. I'm trying to give you a scenario.
And plus the constant entertainment
Yeah.
will also dull the mind.
Yeah, constant entertainment available. Some dance programs, some music programs, or this thing, that thing. Yeah, you also can participate in some things. A lot of enjoyments are available. Khao, piyo, maja karo without worrying about putting on weight or having alcohol, fatty liver because of alcohol.
There is no liver. Some body. You get few ions to eat.
Jagdish ji is more
Varieties of stuff available. अलौकिक का भोग लेकिन बेलपुरी नहीं मिलेगा. I'm sure there will be some Brahmaloka variety or something that may be available there also. Anyway, so going there. So after a few thousand years, what will be the predominant samskaras in your mind? It will require a lot of effort to keep that Vedanta thing going. On earth you find, I find this on earth. Some people tell me, Swamiji, I have to take a break from Vedanta. I'll come back after 6 months. Nahi aata hai. 6 months they couldn't keep the samskaras going, They're busy with other things. Understandable. So I said, okay, fine, take a break for 6 months. Where if you come back after 6 months, 1 year break. Because they couldn't keep it going. We are talking about thousands of years. I don't know how much they'll keep going. Yeah. How much they'll be able to keep going to keep that samskara. So, Kshine Punya Marte Lokam Vishanti. Yeah. I mean, they'll all be born in Satya Yuga as great souls, no doubt. But this problem will be there.
So once a person goes to Brahma Loka, unless there is Krama Mukti, it will take,
It
even
will,
if,
of
even if
course.
he or she has gone to Brahma Loka, will take birth again.
Will take birth. If you are not understood what Brahmaji is teaching you at that end, because your mind has been dulled. See, mind is not dulled like how it's dulled on earth, Parkinson's, etc. That type of problems are not there. Because those are brain issues. We are talking about mind. Mind issues. It is like on this group, my workshop group, Scindia workshop group, Scindia Marine group, they sent a joke. Okay. I am square root of this. Okay, so trigonometry, I had to understand that joke. Trigonometry, now where have I studied trigonometry last? Kabhi use kiya trigonometry. I am not an active engineer. I studied all this one. So I had to refer this, that, etc. to understand that joke. Oh, I am sexy. The answer is sexy. So, why? Because all the samskaras have been dulled in my mind. Na? There is a trigonometry samskaras in my mind. Where have I last studied trigonometry? When have I last used it? After my working days, and sometimes when I helped my nephew, nieces, etc. Uska baat kidhar hai? So same thing will happen with the Vedanta mind also, no? Like I know this lady. Okay. There was a yoga teacher in Chambur. I used to take a class for her, for the yoga students. A little bit of Vedanta. And Gita, I did topic wise for them. Then I did the Yoga Sutras in the light of Vedanta. Then I said, I have a Gita class in Chambur. Now, if you all want to study more, come to that class. This special class kitna lega? There's 4-5 people. I said, but yoga teachers, so the Yoga Sutras, etc. I'll teach them. Fine. Then the yoga teacher, her health is not very good. So she started a class in her house, calling somebody else, an academician who's a bit traditional, good person. Okay? Knows Puja Swamiji, knows me, has a great regard for me. So fine. So good person, won't misguide them. So fine. And there is another lady in Chambur who threatened to be my student, sat in my class for a couple of years, went and did a 3-month course in Rishikesh with Puja Swamiji. This was 20 years ago. So she joins that class. So the yoga teacher asks her, but you have done all these things now with Swamiji. I don't remember anything. I don't remember anything. So gaya man se. All that is gone out of the mind. 20 years. Now what about 20,000 years? If you are not kept in touch.
But Swamiji, even when you say gone out of the mind, one can be because of the mind is dulled.
Yeah.
But one can also probably be because at that time they didn't have adequate adhikaritvam.
Adhikaritvam.
Or didn't had too many other issues.
Obviously, if you are going to Brahma Loka, there is something lacking.
Correct.
Not, or maybe not enough effort and commitment. Adhikaritvam is there, not enough in commitment. Let us say you are a Vairagi now. I want you to understand this well, because it goes back to Athato Brahma Jignasa in some ways, but I want you to understand. Let us say you are an Adhikari. Viveka, Vairagya, Samadhama, etc. is there. You are put in an environment which is completely different. थोड़ा विवेक वैराग्य डाउन होएगा क्या ना? Samadhama, Titiksha, you're a tough guy, yaar. You can put up with anything, no nonsense. But years of comfortable living, what happened to Titiksha after that? Your home there is AC, car there is AC, workplace is AC. 10 years like that. You're trekked, you have done a Thar desert trek, etc. You are that fit and capable. But after 10 years of living like this, what will happen when you are exposed to the, forget Thar heat, Thar desert heat. May in Delhi, what will happen to you? What happens to your titiksha? You will melt. Now you know why I walk in the sun. Correct or not? So the same thing will happen to anyone. Apramatena vedavyam yoga hi prabhavapyayo. What am I quoting? The Gita. Be careful about it, he says. Apramata. Don't have any pramada, be alert. Why? Because yoga, that is vritti nirodha, mastery of the mind. Prabhavapyayo. Aage piche ho sakta hai. Taratamyam can be there because it's a finite thing. It can be there. Now, if you already know the truth, it doesn't matter. Utna titiksha nahi hai. It doesn't matter. Why? Because you already got it. It doesn't matter to you anymore. Yeah. But if you have not got it, it matters. If you have not got it, it matters.
Because Swamiji, for a wise person, even the comfort doesn't matter. No?
Yeah,
So
comfort
likewise,
doesn't
even
matter.
this
It doesn't matter. It's a question of what you're used to. So some Mahatmas live very comfortable lives. So they got used to that comfort. So their titiksha level is down, but the titiksha served its purpose in understanding the truth. So it's not an issue now anymore. Some don't live comfortable lives. No, they are fine. That titiksha is not compromised. So if this much can happen to any of us here, it can happen anywhere. That means what? There are no guarantees. In a finite world, there are no guarantees. Brahmaloka is also finite. Therefore, other than knowledge, nothing can save. Whether here or hereafter, it's knowledge that gets you the thing. Even Karma Yoga Buddhi you can't have in other lokas, are very limited. In Brahma Loka, what? Karma Yoga Buddhi. There is no achievement really. At the most, you will have to accept the fact that if Brahmaji calls, Ramba will walk away from you and go there. You have to be able to accept that. Use your understanding, use your imagination to understand what happens when it. Agreed. It's another dimension which is not governed by the rules of this dimension. Okay. But what I am trying to do is make you all understand the finitude of the whole thing. Taratamyam. Taratamyam is there in karma phala. In any given loka, the taratamyam will be there. Yeah. So, Asheriruddham evam.
Yoga Brashta, Vedanta will not go to Brahma Loka.
Yeah, 1 second. Is this window open?
No, it's
There's
some
a little
noise
gap.
happening.
Glass, because of the glass.
There's
Because
a
of the
little
glass.
gap.
Some music, something, some drum.
Yeah.
This is
Bharat is going on.
Some Bharat is going on. Okay. I hope all of you are not disturbed.
Okay.
Zoom won't have it.
No, they won't have, the recording will not have, because the recording is through the thing mic, so that will not also have. Okay. What is your question?
Vedanta Yoga Brashta. Yoga Brashta will not go to Brahma Loka. No?
Yoga Prashta will not, because Yoga Prashta has not done enough upasana
Yes,
and this thing to go to Brahma Loka. Yeah. Therefore, if you better be a Yoga Prashta, be born again here.
There's a promise, no, in Bhagavad Gita, either
Yeah.
you will be born in a very rich family
Brahma Loka
or...
will not do.
Brahma Loka is not better than Yoga.
Yeah,
Prashta.
yeah, but Brahma Loka...
Unless he has done, unless that Yoga Prashta has done lot of upasanas and karma and things like
Then
that.
only it
So all you karmatas, be careful, okay? Keep your karmas, etc. within limits.
Or get it this like that.
I mean, these are all factual things. Vairagya towards all that should also happen. Yeah. Na karmana, na prajaya. Why is it put in the Shastra? Antakarna Shuddhi, yeah, exactly. Some karmas and upasanas are necessary for Antakarna Shuddhi. But more than the karma and upasana, the karma yoga buddhi is what will give you that Antakarna Shuddhi. Not just the karma. Karma will give you some grace, which is important, which is good. Nobody is saying no to that. But adhikasya adhikam phalam, and all you're spending time and time, yeah. As I always joke with my students, you're channeling your inner Brahmana out. Relax. Huh? Yeah. So, have a balance in the whole thing. Yeah. If you are a householder, even Vedanta studies should be part of that balance. Why? Because your responsibility is outside at home. That part is also has to be taken care of. Okay. If you are a full-timer, the sannyasi or sannyasi like is in an ashram, inmate, etc. Inmate, as though you are a prisoner. And then no problem because you got nothing else anyway. So it's like something like our camps will go on. 3-4 classes a day, remaining time in discussion, debate, this, that. That's a different thing. Some seva will be there in the ashram, minimalistic. Okay? Couple of hours will be more than enough for that. Not 8 hours of work, 1 or 2 hours, that's all. Some help, whatever. You need to run the setup. Olden days, when it was a Gurukula, the students ran the ashram. That means cleaning, cooking, washing, everything was taken care of. And our modern ashrams, we don't, pure Vedanta ashrams, we don't keep it that way because too much of time goes away from the study part of it. Whereas Gurukula for students who are learning to be, to do their regular education, 12 years time, so they could spend time in all this also. And they were youngsters who had not worked before. So some of that work, responsibility, etc. helps them grow. In our modern ashrams, when people are coming, they are adults coming, who already worked for some time, etc. So then you don't need to do that part of it. Work has given them what they have to give them. So that much is it. Then, the Purvapaksha can be that even Brahmaloka can be Nityam, because Brahmaloka is Nityam at the end of the Contd. Therefore, and it is described as Nityam, etc. That is also Nityam. How can you say only your moksha is Nityam? This is a Purvapaksha, for which the answer comes, Tatra Kinchit Parinami Nityam Syat Yasmin Vikremane Api Tat Eva Idam Iti Buddhir Na Vihanyate.
Page 119.
119, page 119. He says, Kinchit Parinami Nityam Syat. There are some things which are called Parinami Nityam. What is Parinami Nityam? He explains that. Yasmin Vikriyamane Pi. Even though something has changed, Tat Evedamiti Buddhirna Vihanyate. You recognize that was this. Like you go to a restaurant and you eat idli fry, you recognize this was yesterday's idli. You recognize that. Okay. Or worldly examples. Okay. You want Shastric examples here. Okay. Yatha Prithvyadi Jagat Nityatva Vadina. For those who take the world as eternal, the Prithvi, even if you don't take the world as eternal, the Prithvi has become, the earth has become the pot. You recognize, no? The earth is continuing as a pot now. It will continue as a vase. The cloth is continuing as a kurta. It's the same cloth. Okay? So but Nityatva Adinam he says because eternity. So what is it? It is the same thing that is now appearing as this. It is a modified thing that's going on. In Vedanta it is also known as Pravaha Nityatvam. Pravaha Nityatvam. It's a flow. It keeps changing, it's a flow. Yeah.
Like Vedas are Pravaha Nityatvam.
Yeah, Vedas are Pravaha Nityatvam. But they are not Parinami Nityatvam. Okay? Yatha va Sankhyanam Gunaha, or the gunas of the Sankhya, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, under various permutation has become the world. But you recognize the Sattva, Rajas, Tamas functioning because everything has got Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Why are you quoting them? Because Nityatva. That's why he's not quoting Kurta and this, because we recognize cloth is not Nityam anyway. But in modern example, if you want, energy and matter, they can be interchanged, but they cannot be destroyed. This is Parinami Nityam. It is changing, but it is there, constant. Okay? That's why creation is a zero-sum game. What is creation? You're taking something and making it something else. No? So what has come here is lost there. What has come here is lost there. Creation is always a zero-sum game. Whether it is this earth or the whole cosmos. That means what? There is no real creation. It's only Parinami Nityatvam. Okay. Idam tu, here, Paramarthikam Kutastha Nityam. This here we are talking about Paramarthikam absolute. Kutastha Nityam. Kutastha Nityam is what? That which does not change. Okay? Kutavat Tishtati or Kute Tishtati. Two meanings are given for Kuta. Kutavat, like a Kuta. The anvil in a blacksmith shop. The anvil remains steady. On top of that you put the red hot iron blocks, etc. Hammer them into different shapes. Changes happen there, but the anvil doesn't change. Relative examples. All examples, don't say, oh, there are microscopic changes in the anvil. Now that's a different thing. We are giving. Upamana is not the pramana. It's an example to illustrate how the anvil does it. Like that, Kutastha Nityam. Or Kute Tishtati. Kute in the body, etc. Yat Tishtati. Ashariritva. That is, he says, Paramarthika Nityatvam. Paramartha Nityatvam. Vyomavat Sarvavyapi. All pervading like Akasha. Akasha again example. But all pervading. Okay. Sarva Vikriya Rahitam, which is free from all modifications. Therefore, Nitya Truptam, always satisfied. In heaven, etc., Taratamyam is there. I am used to one brand of Soma. आज something new try किया ना, मजा नहीं आया. आता है ना, it happens on earth, it happens there also. I prefer this to prefer that. Beer? Oh yeah, on a hot day, beer is very nice. Someone like, bitter drink, kya karne ka? Give you something sweet like fish snaps or something, okay. The idea is, it is not Nitya Truptam. This is I am happy with this, I am not happy with that. Not Nitya Truptam. Niravayam, without any parts. Why? If parts means it becomes finite. Niravayam. Swayam Jyoti Swabhavam. The Swabhavam can go with all this. Nitya Trupta Swabhavam, Niravaya Swabhavam. Swayam Jyoti. Swayam Jyoti means itself is consciousness. You don't require something else to light up what you are. Like a light does not require another light to see it. Delhi winter. Father is under the razai. Okay, I am not going to get up before the sun comes up. And then I will warm myself in the sun. And he asks his son who's roaming around, Beta, jara dekh, Suraj aaya hai ke nahi? हाँ पापा. He goes and opens the drawer. तो drawer में क्या खोलता है अभी? सूरज देखना. वो टॉर्च निकालता वो सूरज को देखने. Such a question doesn't arise. Guy was a pappu, now what to do? So, Swayam Jyoti Swabhava, my body objectified by me, mind objectified, this objectified. I, Swata Siddham, I know I am without the need for any pramana. Swayam Jyoti means that you don't need a pramana to highlight this. You don't need another light means what? The light of the pramana. Swata Siddham, Swata Jnatam also. I know I am. Without a pramana, I know I am. Pramana is only for knowing what I am. So the pramana will answer the question. मैं कौन हूँ, मैं ऐसा क्यों हूँ, also he'll answer. You are like this because of avidya, this, that, etc. Your samskaras, all that will give you. Okay. So, Swayam Jyoti Swabhavam. Atra dharma dharma saha karyena kalatrayam cha na upavartate. Dharma dharma, punya papa, dharma dharma here. In that sense we are talking about the result of dharmic or adharmic action. That is punya papa. Okay. Karyena saha, along with the effects. What is the effect? Pleasure or pain, whatever. What is conducive or not conducive to you. Saha karyena. Lokas, etc. Also. Kalatrayam chana upapavati. In 3 periods of time, it doesn't touch the Atma. All these are functioning in the 3 periods of time. Past, present, future. In the past I did karma, therefore I am getting phalam now. Now I am doing karma, I will get phalam later. All that. Whereas here, Atma kalatraya atitam, kalatraya rahitam. It is in time, dismissed time, it is still there. Therefore, none of this karma phala can touch the Atma. Therefore, moksha is not upasana phalam. That's the whole thing. It comes back to that. Because it is not parinami nityam, it is kutastha nityam. It is paramartha nityam. Because it is paramartha nityam, karma phala cannot touch it. That means what? Moksha cannot be gained by karma phala. Because what you gain by karma phala at the most is some parinama nityatvam. That's what we talk of Brahma Loka, etc. Parinami nitya. Not paramarthika nitya. Yeah. Not the absolute reality. Absolute timelessness is not there. Only some relative. 20,000 years. We are living 100 years. For us, 20,000 seems to be an eon. Yeah. That's why we think of them as Devatas, etc. Okay. Yeah. Residence in heaven. No. Okay. 20,000 years is going to be there. Yeah, something. Yeah. How many human lives have gone in between? Yeah. I don't know.
Swamiji,
Yeah?
Parinami nityatvam, isn't it contradictory words? Nityatvam and again parinami.
Correct. Continuity. So, Parinami Nityatvam means continuity.
Okay.
It is like saying you have to be awareful. What do you mean being awareful? I am always awareness, no? Yeah. That means you don't have to be awareful. Someone can go to sleep in the class. So they are relative terms used in relative senses. The Atma is absolute. That's why we have to have words like Pravaha Nityam, Parinami Nityam, etc. Because there is an appearance of continuity. Okay.
So it's like we can say that Pratyabhijna we can say now.
Huh?
Pratyabhijna we can say.
Yeah, it is actually Parinami Nityatvam. Good you raised that. Parinami Nityatvam actually is based on this thing only. What do you call? No, it is based. One second. I'm just checking up something. No, is based on pratyabhijna, because what are you saying? This is the same thing that was there before. So any parinama nityatvam is based on pratyabhijna. Why? What is pratyabhijna? This pot is what I had seen before as clay. That's also pratyabhijna. Okay. Pratyabhijna is not only associated with me. I am the same guy. I was a kid before. जब मैं बिल्कुल बच्चा था, बहुत शरारत करता था. No, that was before. And the same guy now. So that is pratyabhijna. But pratyabhijna can be the, like for example, Vijay Lakshmi, remember this phone? Pratyabhijna. She had ordered it from Amazon. Pratyabhijna. Can you see that? This is that same phone. Almost 3 years now, 2 years, whatever. Yeah, pratyabhijna there is, the same phone. Yeah, I think you put a cover to it. It covered. So, continuity. This is the same thing. So, same way, Brahmaloka. Brahmaloka that was there at Vyasa's time, that's the same Brahmaloka now. Though Brahmaloka has changed because denizens may have changed by that time. I'm sure Lokas also undergo some change because time based.
So, sorry Swamiji, recognition is in
Pratyabhijna?
two ways. In Pratyabhijna,
Different time and place you recognize.
And also that I was the same person who ordered the phone, and now I am the same person who's seeing the phone.
Same
so
phone.
it's same phone.
Both is applicable.
Correct.
This is the same phone that I had ordered 2 years back. I am the same person who ordered it 2 years back. Yeah. In here, the third one also comes into the picture. I am the same person who received it 2 years back. Can you see that? Pratyabhijna always. So, Pravaha Nityatvam is based on Pratyabhijna. I mean, how do you recognize Pravaha Nityatvam? Your recognition of the Pravaha Nityatvam is based on Pratyabhijna. It's not that because of Pratyabhijna, Pravaha Nityatvam is there. No. You recognize Pravaha Nityatvam because of Pratyabhijna or Parinami Nityatvam also because of Pratyabhijna.
Swamiji,
Yeah.
you can apply it to this. Soyam Devadatta also you can apply.
Yes. But in Soyam, okay, I will come to that. Okay, hold on to that question. Soyam Devadatta is in a way Pratyabhijna, but it is more than that because you are negating certain things also. Yeah. Whereas in Pratyabhijna, negation, to an extent you can say it is there, but not so much. Yeah.
Negation.
Yeah.
It's only here also negation.
Thoda hai, that's what I'm saying. Something is there, but not like in Devadatta. Yeah. Now here is quoting what a beautiful quote. It's only Shankara who can do that. The most relevant quote. Okay. Tad etad ashariritvam mokshakyam. This ashariritvam I talked about is what we call as moksha. For that he quotes Anyatra dharmad, Anyatra adharmad, Anyatra asmad kritat kritat, Anyatra bhuta cha bhavya cha. Kathopanishad. Who's saying this, Yama or Nachiketa?
Nachiketa asking the question.
Correct.
It is Nachiketa's question. That's why I say it's a fantastic quote to prove this point. Why? The person asking for moksha, as a jignasu, he knows what moksha has to be free from dharma and adharma. Can you see the beautiful, that quotation is so apt. It's so apt. Question is moksha ke liye pucha, anyatra dharman, anyatra adharman, anyatra kritat kritat. Yeah. Okay. Anyatra bhuta cha bhavya cha. Other than past and future. The eternal now, what is it? So the question, as a seeker, you know what you are seeking. informed seeker, okay, jignasu. As a jignasu, you are clear this is moksha. Nachitketa got there, he had little help he needed because he was young. So, as a jignasu, when you know this, what are you talking about upasana phalam as moksha? Even a seeker knows it is not upasana phalam, he says.
So, Swamiji,
That means, hold on, that means if you don't know it is upasana phalam, your jignasatam is lacking, okay? But we all get there, we all need some help to get this much. Okay? Yeah, you had a question.
So when he says that it's free from dharma, he already knows that it has to be other than the karma.
Yeah,
That cannot
that's
be
exactly
other
what I'm
than
saying.
the-
Anyatra
yeah.
dharma. Na? That's exactly what I said. Yeah. So as a jignasu, he knows that. Nachiketa is a jignasu. At here, he doesn't know the truth yet. His previous question was, Asti teke, nasti teke. Is there life after death? What happens after death? That's a very simple question. Yama could have been dismissed him. So, tu kidhar khada hai? Where are you standing? In Yamaloka. Yamaloka means there is life after death or not? Oh. Many students, they ask questions is like that, okay? So Yama talks about Shreyas, Prayas, this, that, everything. Okay? Then this refined question comes up. Because of all that understanding, the little help he received, the refined question comes up. Jignasu, full-fledged. Anyatra dharma, anyatra. Viveka Vairagya he had before itself. But that got further refined into this question. So to quote this is the most appropriate quote you can ever have. Why? That's a jignasu, you know it. Now what are you talking about? Answer moksha is like that karke. As one who wants moksha, you know it is anyatra dharma. So beautiful. Shankara praising that quote is the most beautiful thing. इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यस्य अतः तद ब्रह्म यस्येयं जिज्ञासा प्रसुप्ता. That is the Brahman for which we are having jignasa for. अतः तो ब्रह्म जिज्ञासा for which Brahman? अन्यत्र धर्मा धर्माद etc. That is the way Brahman is presented. Okay. तत् यदि कर्तव्य शेषत्व न उपदेशेन. Okay. तेन च कर्तव्येन साध्यश्चेन मोक्षः अभ्युगमे अनित्य एव स्यात्. Therefore, if you are accepting karma, manasam or kayikam for this moksha, then what will happen? Anityatvam syat. Okay? Amoksha. Moksha abhyugame. Okay? Anitya eva syat. You can't accept it as moksha. Anityam cannot be moksha. Okay? Okay. Anityam eva syat. Tatra evam sati. यथोक्त कर्म फलेषु एव तारतम्य अवस्थेषु अनित्येषु. That means what? Karma phala. Because of taratamyam you can say anityam. So the question of eternal heaven doesn't arise. See again, look at these arguments. No, our heaven is eternal. Our heaven, our Vaikuntha, our Kailasa, whatever, Golok, Vrindavan, whatever you want to call it. Or heaven where Father is sitting, heaven where Allah is sitting, whatever. Whatever you want to call it, is eternal. What will happen? There cannot be taratamyam. If it is eternal, there cannot be taratamyam. Let us say it is one long dinner with God. Your heaven. Okay? Your heaven. Eternity means what? Timelessness. Can there be progress from one step to next step?
No.
You are starting with soup.
Continue and
You cannot even have the first spoon.
You cannot even start.
You start, bowl will get over.
You can't even start. No?
Can't even start. Oh, there, okay. That is not heaven, that's torture. भूख लग रहा है. पहला सूप आया, फिर ये आया, फिर ये आया. Now 14 course meal. Tripto home. And in the company of my Lord. Both acha. The meal is always great when shared with loved ones. And here the Lord himself. With sadhus it happens a little differently. They'll call the sadhu home and say, Swamiji, you sit, we will serve you. Say, hey, all of you sit. Why do I say that? Come on. Otherwise you are eating and everyone is watching you. You feel like you're a monkey in a soup. All these are highlighting the point that without gradation and taratamyam, there cannot be karma phala happening. There is no eternal karma phala. Okay? Remember the joke. The jokes highlight these points. You'll never miss it. Okay. Taratamyeshu anityeshu kaschat atishaya moksha iti prasujyate. Then all that you are saying is, for with all the respect to this taratamya, something better is moksha. So another gradation. Yeah. So instead of an Udupi restaurant to go and eat dosa, you are going to Malakudi to eat. Borivali में आया है महादेव का. इतना ही फर्क है ना. There's still taratamyam because atishayam vartate na. If atishayam is there, taratamyam is there. Something better. But something better is not always better. I remember some of the brahmacharis from Rishikesh came here for Swamiji's talks. So one of Swamiji's devotees wanted to give them a meal in a 5-star setup. They all ate, they enjoyed it. The next day was free day. They didn't have any picture now. So, क्या पाव भाजी खाएगा? क्या होता है? ऐसा तो something special in Bombay. अरे, this is so good. It is better than we ate yesterday. So it depends upon the one who is enjoying also, na? So it's all relative. Taratamya means anirmoksha. No moksha there. Okay? Okay. Nityascha moksha. Sarva mokshavadi bihi apyugamukti. Every person who talks of moksha will talk of moksha as nitya. We may have a difference of opinion with their idea of moksha. But no person who will present moksha as something finite. That's why even heaven has to be presented as eternal. Why is permanency there? Because moksha then, if moksha is not eternal, what will happen? If it is not nityam, what will happen? Today I am free, then tomorrow I am bound again. That can happen to countries, no? You are free today, bound tomorrow. Freed again, bound again also can happen. Yeah. Sometimes from outside, sometimes from inside. That also you have to be careful. That's why as a soldier, when you take a vow to protect the country from all its enemies, outside and inside, internal, both, that is, the promise is that way, because it is true. Because it's finite. Freedom for a country, whether it's physical, economical, ideological, cultural. Yeah. We threw away the colonial master 75 years ago, but thinking we are only breaking free now. Yeah. The Latin American countries broke free much earlier than us. Yeah. We learned from them to break free. Yeah. Latin American countries broke free faster. Hot-blooded characters, now they keep fighting. We are all sattvic people. Idiots. Okay. Therefore, survey. This moksha is presented as nitya. So something what you present as Nityam is not really Nityam, it is only has got a Parinami Nityatva. At the most. At the most a Parinami Nityatva. Yeah. अतः therefore न कर्तव्य शेषत्वेन ब्रह्म उपदेशः युक्तः. Therefore Brahman cannot be presented as kartavya seshah, as a part of your karma vidhi, physical karma or upasana, manasikam karma. It can never be presented as that. And revealing your identity with Brahman is what moksha is about. Therefore, discovering myself that I am the Brahman that I seek. Yeah. Because jignasa is jnatam ichna. I am seeking that. No? Yeah. So what it has to be presented as non-different from me, only then it makes sense. That means what? It is complete jnana phalam, not upasana phalam. In fact, it is not even jnana phalam. You can't use the word phalam. We are using it aupacharikena. Because in this word the phalam. Yeah, you always were free. It is not the bound becoming free. It is the one who is ever free, discovering his own freedom, rediscovering his own freedom. Because in the between there is a mistaken notion that I am bound. Yeah. So bondage is a notion, freedom is equally a notion, really speaking. Because always there, your Atma Swarupa. You can't dismiss freedom as a notion. You can dismiss your search for freedom as a notion. Somewhere I read in some YouTube thing I saw. It's only when Buddha dropped his desire for freedom, did he get freedom? Please don't. The desire for freedom will drop only when you get that freedom. Only when you get the knowledge. Okay? Let it, until then keep it going. Don't try to drop it. If you drop your desire for moksha, what will you do? Look at it. The human mind cannot have a vacuum in it.
You need some purushartha.
Something you need to do. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Either. So if you are giving a moksha, what do you know? Dharmartha, kama, you have given up. And then you come for moksha. Then you give up moksha. What will happen? At best, you will become a drifter in life. You will be what we call in our circles, in modern circles, okay? You are a dharma bum. What is a dharma bum? One who goes from ashram to ashram.
That's what you keep referring to, disturbed minds, no?
Yeah.
Who
Correct.
don't get the proper knowledge in the sampradaya.
They become dharma bums. Or you will go back to dharmartha kama, which in some ways is better. Growth will take place. Therefore, moksha that you are seeking, you have to keep the fire burning. Not get distracted with other things. You can have 100 different things in your life, not a problem, if your commitment is strong. And then the knowledge will give it to you. No amount of upasanas. If you want some upasana to take care of your mind, go ahead, do it. If you want some actions to grow, to do this, etc., responsibilities to fulfill, do it. But understand, na karmana, na prajaya, na dhanena, tyagena, amrutattva manusha. All those are sides to manage your life. That's good. Now, if your wealth is good, I manage my life, no. किधर भी क्लास में जा सकता हूँ. I have the money to make it. Yeah. Good. Like some of our foreign students coming for a camp. They have the money to come for a camp and go back. You're flying all the way to India for a week. Yeah. Dhanam can help in that way. But moksha is big jnanam. Yeah, jnanam eva tu kaivalyam. That's it.
So what was Neeta's question in the beginning?
Which one?
Ashishir.
That is
Oh, that was discussed.
Ashariritam, that we explained. No? Okay. Okay. Then there are some quotations, etc. And an allied topic is starting, which is a good place to stop. Okay. More of this next class. Okay. Think of the Nityatvam and Ashariratvam. These are the two highlights. Okay. Hope that's up.